Artlist.io.
Welcome back, everybody, to this first very official episode of the Everything and Anything podcast. We're going to be talking about Feminist. We're going to be talking about MGTOW, which is men going their own way. We're going to be talking about divorce rates and marriage rates. This is kind of a touchy subject to a lot of people, especially the feminist part, because women think that everything's against them and everybody's trying to get them out of the way and all this stuff. It's not really true. Okay, it's not really true. Anyways, I'm here with my co-host,
Zombie Mom. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed episode 0. Let's get straight into it.
All right. So we're going to be watching whatever podcast with Charlie Kirk in it. Now, I don't own any of the videos of whatever podcast. You guys may know who the whatever podcast people are. I like them. I like watching him, Brian talk, bring other people, bring girls and all this stuff. So we're going to start watching it.
You said earlier your boyfriend, you said he's not conservative, but he's liberal, and you're much further left. You're leftist. And you said you would, when it comes to perhaps people, you would be friends with someone who's maybe more conservative, so you can shift them more left.
I said that tongue-in-cheek, but
you said that. I was going to ask, have you shifted your boyfriend more left?
I wish.
Okay, so he's pretty firm in his liberalism.
He's firmly planted in his filthy liberalism, but I love him in spite of that.
I see. Okay, got it.
But we align on a lot of social issues, so if we want to create a dichotomy of social and then economic issues, I feel like the economic issues is primarily where we have disagreement, and the social issues, those tend to be, I feel like, the most polarizing and contentious. So if we had more disagreement there, we probably would not be able to be in a relationship together harmoniously. So
okay, I see.
But friends, yeah, I'm open to radicalizing them, sure.
Okay, got it. So who here, I'm curious, who here considers themselves a feminist? Maybe just show of hands. Are you a feminist? That's it? Just Aaron?
Okay, so before we get started, there's two girls out here I don't like. Now, Pixie is the one in the pink. This one right here. And I forgot this bitch's name. Anyways, I don't like them, especially Pixie, because she has the most annoying voice ever. And when she was on the Fresh and Fit podcast, she argued literally to argue. She always wanted to be right. She always needed to be right. She would always argue with Myron about every little point. When he made a good point, she tried to rebuttal it, but she couldn't because he always found a way to counteract her.
Yeah.
Now, have you noticed, even though these girls are on this podcast, they're mostly OnlyFans girls. Any girls that come on here are usually OnlyFans, or they're, I don't know, stupid. But there's only 3 feminists: Pixie, this chick, and the chick over here in the far left next to Charlie Kirk. So let's see what Charlie Kirk has to say.
Aaron and Pixie, Molly,
Molly.
A little bit. Okay, all right. So Charlie, we've got some feminists here. What do you think of feminism?
I want them to define the term first, because there's no use in me giving thoughts on an abstract concept. So, I'm all ears.
What's your sense? How do you define feminism?
Feminism is just simply the advocacy of equality, both social, political, economic, on the basis of all genders everywhere. So that's what feminism is to me.
Do you concur?
I concur.
Do you concur?
Concurred.
Okay.
So you want me to give a thought on that?
Do you agree with their definition of feminism?
That would probably be the most agreed upon definition. So I do believe in equality under the law, obviously. I believe in equality for representation or enfranchisement to be able to vote, obviously. But you said economic equality. That's interesting. Do you think that female models and male models should be paid the same by law?
Yep.
Okay, so we should make female actresses and models be paid less because they earn about 20 times more than men.
I think when
so
you get
women
to,
would get a pay cut. You're okay with that?
I think when it comes to creative fields like that, it's going to be very difficult to look at it on the basis of sex or gender, how you would pay somebody, because that's going to have so many more factors than simply that.
Okay, I'm having technical difficulties. Okay, I forgot to unmute us.
Okay, so
anyways, before Zombie Mom says what she needs to say, what I was trying to say, was the fact that I forgot what I was going to say. Oh God, I'm fucking retarded.
You were talking about with just me and
Oh,
you
right.
talking about.
Literally, it was just me and Zombie Mom literally talking to herself while you guys were all muted. What I was saying, she was talking about gender and sex. Gender and sex are the same fucking thing. There's no gender and sex are not two separate things. Sex means what you're born with. Gender is who you are. Sex, you have a male and you have a male and female. You have a vagina and a dick. Gender is male and female. You have a vagina and a dick. It's literally the same thing. They just always try to make it this abstract thing of there's multiple different fucking genders out there in the world. No, there's two fucking genders. There's two fucking sex. That's it.
Yeah. And like what he was saying too was he caught them, because they were just like, yeah, men and women should get paid more, the same, equal pay. But actually he just made it like, well, that means women would have to cut their prices 20% because men get less pay than women do. Excuse me. Cut that out. And and saying like, women, when they have the OnlyFans, they get paid more. When they work as an actress, they get paid more. When women in the music industry, they get paid more. Even just working in like a general place, they get paid more. And men don't. And when it comes to this whole thing with, we need to get equal pay, well, that means then women shouldn't complain that their money is not as much as they were liking it to be. Because, honestly, men don't get what women get in any sort of things when it comes to benefits, when it comes to their paychecks. Women are always going to get paid more because they have more to show. Men don't. They don't show themselves like women do.
No, and they don't. And the saddest part is not a lot of men are on sex. There's more women on sex videos and pornography. There's more women on OnlyFans. There's more women out there showing off their bodies than there is men. I think I think it's like for every man is about 20 women in porn, because women, to them, they think we always sexualize them. Men don't sexualize women until women start sexualizing themselves. If a girl is wearing a fucking burqa, do you think a man's gonna look at her and be like, "Oh yeah, look at that burqa"? No. If a woman starts dressing like in a bikini, he's gonna say, "Oh, she's hot. She's look good in a bikini."
Yeah.
But when she starts dressing like a fucking hoochie, wearing a short skirt up to her ass with no panties and her tits almost hanging out, guys are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, she's ready down for sex."
Yeah,
guys are we think with their minds. Imaginative. Women like to hear things, men like to see things.
Yeah. And that's a lot of things too, because with women, they think, well, that means what? I can't show my skin without other people thinking that I want sex. You could show your skin, but a conservative way.
Yeah.
You have to show your body, respectfully. Because the person that needs to see your sexy body is your man.
Yeah.
The person that you are with, man or female, don't matter. But when you go outside and you're wearing booty ass shorts that your ass cheeks are hanging out, and on top of that, your freaking shirt is see-through or you got no bra on, what do you think people are going to see you as? You're easy.
Yep.
Someone's going to see you as, she wants sex, I'm going to go fucking talk to her. Because honest to God, women should be more conservative. Yes, love your body.
Yeah.
Be grateful that you are beautiful, but you don't need to show it to the fucking world. And like I said, with these, and a lot of companies do this because I've seen it and I've worked through it. You have a woman like me, very conservative. My man only sees my body.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm very conservative. So when I used to work for this $1 million company, and the women that worked there showed, had tight pants so their asses popped out more. Their shirts were smaller so their cleavage came out more. And you compare me to them, I worked my ass off. I never had complaints with customers. I went over and beyond for the company. I never were late. I worked hard. Never called out. Okay, so I got this working ass person, me. Okay, I'm working hard, hard, hard. To this person that these women that are showing themselves off, and yet they got attention in that sense of they got a raise. They just stood there.
Yeah.
They became assistant managers, or they became someone higher, or they didn't have to come to work on time because the supervisors didn't care. So my thing is, you got people that work hard and that don't show themselves, that don't have to how do I say it? Flaunt themselves to say, hey, like, can I get more money? Or, hey, can I have my weekends off? Or how could, because they're showing themselves, they're touching the managers, they're doing this and that.
Yep.
And you got someone that's working their ass off, that doesn't complain, that does what they have to do, that makes customers satisfied, and that are conservative, get shitted on.
Mm-hmm.
We get treated like crap between the girls and the supervisors because we are not showing ourselves the way they are.
Or flirting.
Or flirting, exactly. At the workplace, it's sexual harassment. But see, the places that I've worked at, it was always like that. I asked for a raise, I got denied. A girl that came in not even 6 weeks into working, she showed herself off and flaunted. She asked for a raise, they gave it to her.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to a different department, so that's more money. I couldn't. They wouldn't pay me. They wouldn't pay to train me. But when another girl flaunted herself and flirted and do all those things, they paid her to train on that position. So my head is it's not only females, that get treated like crap, men as well. I've had men that work their ass off and, in the bottom of the barrel kind of thing, and they get thrown outside pretty fucking quick because a new person comes in.
Yeah.
So my thing is, yes, women should be more conservative and love who they are, yes, but not sit here and flaunt what God gave them, because look what you're doing to the other people that have worked harder and that is conservative.
Right.
And
I mean, even in the Bible, it says the Bible specifically says you should always submit to your man. It doesn't say men, your man. You should submit to your man. That means everything that you are as a human being, you should submit to him. It's not saying that you need to be on your hands and knees and bow down to him. Submit means you have to give yourself all to your man. Be supportive. Be respectful. Be loving, compassionate, nurturing, everything to your man that you're in a relationship with. A lot of girls don't do that. A lot of girls have a man, but they like to go out and flaunt themselves so other men can see.
Yes.
It is, to me, it's I find it disgusting, because every time I see a girl do that when she's with a guy or she's next to a guy or they're holding hands and she's, has a big ass and she's wearing tight pants, I feel sorry for that guy because he's oblivious. He loves his woman, but a girl should never do that if she's with her man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's yes, love who you are. You have a beautiful body.
Right.
No matter if you're thick, skinny, it doesn't matter. But why show it to other people? that should be your man's pleasure. You know, you are his trophy, you are his everything,
Right.
but you're sitting here flaunting it so other people can see you. That's disrespectful for the person that you say you love.
Right. It is.
I don't get dressed up unless me and my man go out together, and that's fucking rare. But when we go out together, yes, I will dress nice, but not like a hoochie ass girl. You know, I don't wear my cleavage is fucking popping out, coming out of my fucking bra, or you know, things like that. I have respect for my man because he's the only one that sees me. And I burped a little. Sorry.
It's fine. It's a podcast.
But so that's what I'm saying. I just think that with him saying, you know, women and men should get paid equally, yes, because I think women should really see how men have to put up with.
Yeah.
How they have to work so hard just for that 50 cents raise.
Yeah. But, it's like what I said in my last podcast. No, what I said before. I don't know if I did say it. I don't remember. But a woman can easily get any position and job and get more money than the man that's been working there a lot longer, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier for women this day and age than it is for men, period, across the board. It's harder for men to get relationships because women are so picky. They're so chasing after 20% of men that the 80% of men are invisible or not even there to women.
Yeah.
It's so hard for men to find a good woman that's either has a very low body count or a virgin. Now women are having sex out of Wartlock. They're having sex left and right. Even virgins are just, I want to lose my virginity to the top tier men. Okay, so it's hard to find a girl that's never been touched. 1 out of 3 men in the United States alone are a virgin or haven't had sex in a year. Now that's a lot compared to how much women. I think it's 1 in every 2,000 women are either a virgin or haven't had sex in a year. But that number, I don't know if it's true or not.
Well, my thing is too is you know, when this whole abortion and situation has, you know, occurred, my thing is with women, you don't want children, and do what you got to do to make sure that doesn't happen. You're having sex with multiple people, be smart about it.
Right.
You know, we are fertile. Us
Yeah.
women are fertile. So yes, you know, use a condom, plan B, make sure you are on birth control, because honest to God, they're sitting here saying, "Oh, well, you know, it's my rights to decide if I want to have an abortion or not." Well, it yeah, it's your right, but you're the one that laid down and had sex with someone, and now you don't want the child. So you don't want children, then be smart and, you know, do the right thing and not have these children because they didn't ask to be in this world.
Right. Especially if you're here's another thing that I've been hearing a lot about from a lot of people, especially a lot of doctors are saying, I know we're going a little bit off topic in this. Well, not really, because it isn't the main topic. That the more women have sex with multiple different bodies, the DNA of the man that she had sex with stays inside her. The reason why is because it's considered there's a term for it, compatibility, meaning if the more she has sex with one man, the more compatibility the child will be with the father. Meaning looks, attitude, you know, DNA, everything. With that one child, the DNA starts to build up when she is pregnant, that child will be 100% his.
Yeah.
The more women have sex with different men, let's say she has sex with one man for 2 weeks, another man for 2 weeks, and so on and so forth, the DNA builds up with multiple different men inside of her. And it stays there for life. It doesn't go away. When she eventually has a child, that child will never know who the father is. Neither will she.
Yeah,
that child will have literally DNA of over hundreds of men if she has sex with
that's
all 100
why
men.
a lot of women have a lot of problems finding out who the real dad is, and that's the thing is, this
Yep.
is what you know, and actually it doesn't ever go off topic because we are an everything podcast. So we can sit here and talk about one thing and then everything
Oh,
else
that's true.
comes
I always
involved.
forget.
So yes, we are an everything podcast. So everything we say is just random.
Right.
So, you know, and that's why I said women should have more respect for themselves. You are beautiful. You do not need to show yourself. You do not need to have sex with millions of men. You know, love who you are, you know, and not have to flaunt what God gave you to multiple men.
Right.
Maybe that's probably why a lot of women can't find men, because men, you're sitting here going to one man to another man to another man, they just see you as easy. Guess what? Men talk. Okay? Men talk. So you're sitting here, you fucked this one guy, and then this other coworker said, "Oh, I just had her 2 weeks ago," and then it's just gonna be a fucking wildfire with these men already knowing who you are, and everybody's gonna want to take turns, and that is why you become a whore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So men talk. So every time you go and have sex with one person, that person's already talking to their friends, and then that friend's gonna come in and be in your DMs, and it's just gonna be a fucking trickle of just water coming down. Like, it's like I said, it just happens that way. You guys think that men don't talk at work. You think men don't talk to their friends. You think men don't talk about you. You are the main topic.
Yeah. All women.
Okay, so you have to understand that you can know not you can have one group of guy friends and they all had you. Guess what? That group of guy friends are gonna talk another group of guy friends that you don't know, and then they're gonna randomly DM you, and then
Yep.
you're gonna be like, hey, okay, hey, what's up, you know? And then that random friends are gonna go to another random friends, and they're gonna DM you. That is why we tell you women, be careful who you sleep with. Be careful how you put yourself out there, because men talk. And I'm not saying anything about men, because that's their nature. That's just who they are, you know? But you want to portray yourself as a whore, then make sure you don't have no children then, and just become one. Just
Yeah.
become a whore.
Yeah.
Because
And the saddest part too, a lot of women don't realize this, and you guys say, well, it doesn't matter, my past is my past. No, you guys are retarded. If you care so much about a man's past, meaning that he didn't have money, he didn't have cars, he didn't have a big house. Okay, if a man's past matters to you so much, so does so does your past matter to a man. See, women want a man's future, meaning he has money, he has a house, he has cars, he has financial stability. Men look at your motherfucking past. We want to know your past. We want to know if you were a whore, because if you were, you're not wifey material.
yeah.
If a man dates a girl that had a past and she goes in the room with him with his friends, maybe one of 10 of those guys know who the fuck she is, because he
Yeah.
probably fucked her.
Yeah.
So
And that's what I'm saying is
Right.
men talk,
right.
and they know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, if you were a young kid, like teenager, you know, as teenagers, we didn't care. We just did what we wanted. We had sex with whoever we wanted. You're a teenager. That's what kids do, you know. It doesn't really matter. But
Hormones.
yeah, the hormones and things like that. So you can sleep with whoever you want. It don't matter. But as an adult woman, still doing what a teenager does, you are not wifey material. Because
No.
I know when I was a teenager, I slept with a lot of people, you know. But now, I mean, I don't. I have one man. He's my everything, you know. But like I said, women should understand how you portray yourself and how you look. Men will see everything.
Right. Well, it's not just because you did what you had to because of your past. I know that now after what you've told me.
Yeah.
You did that because of your past and the shit that happened to us as kids. So you had a rough patch in your life and you were lost. You didn't know what the hell was going on. So that was different. These women don't have a past. Most of these girls that are going around whoring themselves have a father and a mother, have a big family house. What I think ruined a lot and why this whole sexuality of promiscuity would happen was because of COVID.
Yeah.
When everybody was fucking bored at home and wanted to do something, they couldn't have sex. So what the fuck do you think they did? OnlyFans boomed. Men were going, becoming virgins, buying sex toys, all this other stuff. So COVID did ruin a lot. But what I think was damaging women was when we stopped, or when the government decided to give women their rights, which I have no problem with women giving their rights. If you want to vote, fine.
Yeah.
But women took it too far. They created the divorce system. They created the alimony. They created the child support system, and they created the there's another thing I was going to say. They created this stuff.
Yeah.
Women started getting divorces after divorces because they wanted the money after men. We stopped punishing women from doing that ever since we gave women the rights to votes. Before we gave women the rights to votes, that was the punishment that if you left your man, you don't get none of the man's shit. That's why women stayed in relationships during that time. Women stayed in marriages because they were afraid that if they left, they were not going to have anything.
Yeah, because the men are always the supporters.
Right.
I mean, if it wasn't for our men, our infrastructure, our trucking jobs for our produce to come back and forth, that was all men.
Still is today.
And so it's like when women bash men, it's just like you need to do your research. You need to really think about what you're saying, because if it wasn't for men, us women would be lost. I'm going to tell you, lost. Yes, there's a lot of independent women. That's great and dandy. But guess what? At the end of the day, you're home, and you're home always by yourself if you don't have a man.
Right.
Guess who comes, you will have sex with men. Okay, great. But you don't have a man that's going to stand by your side. You're alone.
Exactly. And the problem is too is I think we're so lenient on women nowadays more than ever that we're not holding them to accountability. We're not punishing them for doing things bad. We're not because men get punished for every little fucking thing they do. Every little thing they do. If I go up to a girl and I talk to her, she can scream rape. She can scream banshee out of her lungs saying that I sexually harassed her. But if a girl does that to me, and I say the same thing, they're gonna look at me like, dude, you're a pussy. You're a pussy. Yeah. We don't hold women accountable to the same as men do. And if these feminists want equality, then we need to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Exactly.
So we'll continue the video. Let's see what these nasty feminists have to say.
If we're talking about equal economic opportunities, like for example, should like a man and woman doing the exact same position at a corporate office be paid the same if they're doing the same amount of work? Then yes.
Depends on what they studied, depends how long they've been there, it depends if they're equally as good at the job, it depends how...
all else being equal, I'm saying if all of those things are equal, can we at least agree they should be paid the same?
That's already the law. So you're not allowed to discriminate based on gender or sex, based on a law passed in the 1970s.
Right, yeah.
However, what is now being tried to be passed through other movements is to try to swoop in and say, regardless of qualifications, how often you ask for a raise. So I'll ask a question. Why do you think, for example, the average male, it looks as if they earn more than an average woman in a city? Is it because of sexism or other factors?
I think sometimes implicit bias can be one factor among many, but like all the things that you mentioned earlier, different qualifications, different business acumen, skills, work output, numbers of hours work could all be things that impact pay.
Right. So
and like studies that like focus on the gaps between men and women like do make note of these differences.
Okay, SkizTech, thank you for the gift of 100 subs. Charlie, do you have a response?
No, I hear that. I do want to actually get back to even more of a fundamental question, and I'm sorry I didn't ask this.
Sure.
What is a woman?
Oh. A woman is somebody who presents as our social conception of womanhood.
God, it's the simplest of definition.
So Pixie, just can you answer that question without using the word woman or womanhood?
It's because basically it would be a functional definition. So as a society, we have an understanding of what woman is.
What is that?
Yeah, that's basically...
I am a man.
Well then.
X,
Can you
Y, X,
elaborate?
XY chromosomes.
Okay, but the problem with that is that I didn't check your chromosomes before coming in here and calling you a man, and you didn't check my chromosomes before coming in here.
Or genitals.
Or genitals, calling me a woman.
So let me just play this out. So first of all, you can't give me a definition without using the word woman.
That's
So-
a functional definition.
it's
yeah.
so fucking
You know
easy.
what functional
Yeah,
definitions are?
I'm very well aware, and you should have a functional definition
is why
for
I
the
hate
most
her.
important question in civilization.
That's why I hate
Well,
Pixie.
the point of a functional definition, functional definitions are a definition that is by the function of something. So, like for example,
No, there's an
one
objective
equals
definition.
one is like one is a function of one. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do. So then, can you give me an objective, a functional, utilitarian, any sort of biological definition of what a woman is? Because
The problem
how
is-
can we debate feminism if we can't agree what a woman is?
I would even, like, I feel like Pixie's definition absolutely satisfies the definition.
Okay.
What the fuck?
This this is the funniest thing a feminist, especially the left, cannot seem to articulate or can't seem to answer. It is not a functional question. It is not a stupid 1+1 bullshit. It is a simple fucking question of what a woman is. What is a woman? To define the definition of woman.
Without saying woman.
Right. The definition of a woman is adult, female, human being.
Yep.
It's similar to lady, adult female, female, girl, person, lassie, wife. It's adult, female, human being. That is the definition of what the fuck a woman is. If you have to say, well, a woman, the definition of woman is someone who identifies as a woman. No, you fucking retard, because now anybody could identify as a woman.
And it's vice versa. What is a man?
What is a man? It's an adult human male.
I mean, people should understand that when they sit there and keep going around and around and around, it's because they obviously do not know the definition of a woman, does not know the definition of a man. Then they shouldn't be. They should just say, you know what? I don't know it. Don't sit there and pretend that you're trying to know it. No, just say you don't fucking know it.
Right.
But see, the sad thing is we all went to school and we should know the definition of a man and a female.
We should know that there's only two genders, man and female. That's what we've been taught in the beginning of time.
Yeah, Adam and Eve.
Right.
It wasn't Adam and Adam or Eve and Eve
Or Stevie and Adam.
or
or
serpent and fucking devil. I don't know. I mean, shit. I just.
This is why I don't like Pixie, because she always tries to say some stupid ass bullshit. She's not dumb. She knows. She just wants to be an advocate for feminism because she thinks she's right. I'm sorry, but if you don't know the definition of a human being, what a woman is or what a man is, then you have no right saying that you're either one.
Mm-hmm.
You have no right of calling yourself a two-spirit penguin, because what is a penguin? Can you identify what a penguin is without saying the term penguin?
No, I can't. What is it?
I don't know. That's a good question. Let's find out. Definition of penguin: a large flightless seabird of the southern hemisphere with black upper parts and white underparts, and wings developed into flippers for swimming underwater. That is the definition of a penguin. Okay? It's called research, people. Do it. It's not hard to do research. You're just, if you have to listen to what these feminists say without actually taking out of your bubble and go researching yourself so you have better knowledge, then you're part of the problem and you're part of the retards.
Of what constitutes womanhood, but I would define it only slightly differently, which is that it's a person who performs a set of social roles that are typically associated with feminine characteristics, but not necessarily, because there are even cis women who fall outside of this, and we still consider them women nonetheless. Like butch lesbians, for example, are women that exhibit very masculine characteristics, but nonetheless society understands them to be women. So
I find cis to be a very offensive word, by the way. I don't know how you feel about the cis.
I
cis
don't
men,
think
think it's
too
hate
deeply about
speech,
that.
to be honest.
I didn't mean to trigger you, Brian. I would have given you a trigger warning before if I had
So
known.
do you think anyone can become a woman?
Yep, but not anyone will.
Okay, so then at what point do they become a woman?
It will depend on where they are in their gender transition for the most part.
Does it require drugs to become a woman?
No.
Personally, I think it's a mindset. It's a spiritual energy. It's the vibe that you give off, you know.
The girl in the back.
Which one?
Like
The girl in the back looks so disgusted. She looks like, oh my god, I just want to hit everybody.
I think that's Brian's girl. I think they're dating. I'm not too sure, but
'Cause I would have looked the goddamn same thing. What the fuck is this?
right, like,
saying?
oh my god, are you serious? That it's a what does she say?
Spiritual, bitch. No, it don't matter. No, you're a man, and you're trying to transition into a female. You're a man.
You're still a fucking man.
It don't matter if you get your dick cut off and you get somewhat of a vagina. You are a man. You can't produce babies.
Nope.
On top of that, you're a man. You have the XY chromosome, motherfuckers. You are a fucking man.
No matter what, you're a man.
God made you one.
Yep.
If he wanted you to be a female, you would have been born a female.
Exactly. In rare cases, I think it's like 1 in a million or 1 in a billion, there's hermaphrodites. If you don't know what a hermaphrodite is someone who has a male, female appendages, meaning they have dick and a vagina. But that's rare, and that happens. But that's still, they can surgically take off one or the other depending on how they represent themselves. If a hermaphrodite feels more feminine, they will chop the dick off, get rid of it, give her estrogen so she's more feminine. If this hermaphrodite feels like a man, it'll sew up the vagina and all this other shit, and then give him testosterone.
Well,
and becomes a man.
Too, it works the way it's if someone is born with two genders, okay, man and female, they have to look inside to see if the woman has a uterus.
Yeah.
And has ovaries. Because if they do, they have to cut the penis off due to the fact that you are supposed to be a female. But if you don't, and you have nothing, but you have a small opening that looks like a vagina, but it's not really a vagina, then obviously you are born a male. So in my head, it's my opinion is, I'm sorry. Like I said, people need to understand that if God wanted us to have different genders, and if God wanted us to be different, and say that we're his, hers, this, or whatever, them crap, he would have had that already in place for us. But we are not. We are two different genders. We have a male and female. That's it. If God wanted us to be a fucking animal, we would have transformed into an animal. But we aren't, So that is what is so irritating when people have to bring up spiritual. Spiritual, what are you talking about spiritual? Because I'm going to tell you this, Jesus did not give his life up for you to become a fucking female or you to become a male if you're vice versa.
Right.
He gave his life up for all our sins, not because you want to decide to have a different gender. Just does not work that way.
Exactly. And the saddest part is that people don't realize this about the whole transgender movement and stuff like that. Like I said, it used to be a mental disorder back then, before Obama became into the picture. It literally was a mental disorder. They would call you a cross-dresser.
That was the main thing, was a cross-dresser, when a man or a female dressed in the opposite sex clothes.
Right.
And a lot of people were cross-dressers. A lot of people said they were gay and lesbian, but they didn't come out to be this way, where they have to have freaking pronouns to define who they are. The LGBTQ plus premium, they they didn't, it wasn't like that back then. Now it's just come and it exploded and it's spilling everywhere in the world.
Right.
And it's like, okay, yes, but you don't why does people think they deserve a big title when you've been around for so long and everybody knew it, but they didn't care if you were a lesbian or if you were gay? And like I said, who cares if you're black or purple? Why should it matter? You know, keep that shit to yourself. Do what you gotta do. You know, when we were growing up, we saw lesbians and gays, but we didn't make a big deal about it.
And they didn't make a big deal about it either. They didn't
We
force it down
had
on
we
folks.
had a lot of black people and Mexicans. Did we make a big deal about it?
No.
No. But now every goddamn thing is, you know, the LGBTQ plus premium, the you know, black people, everybody's racist now. Even though racist has always been, but not as big as it is now. And you know, with the Mexicans jumping the border, and it's just becoming worse.
And not just the Mexicans anymore. Now it's everybody across the fucking world.
And so my thing is, why are we making it now such a big deal? And it all had to do with COVID.
It was before COVID. It started
Well,
with
it was Obama, but I'm saying COVID made it even worse, where people were so bored that they had to videotape themselves and say, "Hey, I'm a freaking dog.
Yeah,
Bark,
yeah.
bark." You know,
The transgender thing started happening a lot worse when COVID happened. The whole racism thing started when Obama happened. He's the one who created the division because he, just for y'all to know, he's not black. He's not. I'm sorry to say he's not black. Yeah, he was born in Kenya, but he's not black. He's mixed. Okay, he's a mixed race person. But he came into the presidency. His whole thing was to change the United States, to make it worse. And he did a good job because he did a lot of division during that time as presidency. He made it so blatant, and when it came to his speeches about whites and blacks, that's all he ever talked about was whites, blacks, whites, blacks, whites, and blacks. It created this division when Trump became president. That's when they started attacking him, calling him the racist, making him the bad guy because he was a white man that took over the presidency after a black man became president.
yeah.
I don't know why the whole issue with it, but after that, when COVID happened, that's when everything started getting worse because people got bored. When people got bored, they didn't know what to do with their lives. Their anger, frustrations, all this other stuff just started kicking up a notch.
And now, due to social media, everything is now all posted. It don't matter what it is. You know, in my head is like, you know, if you everything is posted, even if the, let's say, the police are doing the right thing, and now they get blasted because everything's posted and they make them look like the bad guys.
Right.
You know,
Their
and
clips.
yeah, the clips and the videos, and just stupid things like that. You know, I mean, if a white guy is fighting a black guy, it's racist because the white guy said something and then the black guy said something, and it's just racist now. And now the blacks are against the white guy. It's like, you know, and then everybody, it's not even the blacks, it's everybody against the white guy. And it's like, really got to focus about how everybody is making the world to be. It is not a peaceful, humble place anymore. Everybody is against each other, and everybody is hating everybody because everybody has to have different groups. It just reminds me of high school. You know, in high school, everybody had different groups of the popular, the nerds, the goths, the skaters, the this. That is exactly what the world is becoming like. Everybody has now a place to go, a group to go, and it's like, wow, are we that freaking bored with our lives that we have to make everything an issue?
And the saddest part is too, and I've noticed it's a lot less to do with people who are poor. The poor people don't give a shit. And I've noticed, I go to the store, Walmart, I don't see blacks attacking white people. They're chill. What's up? They live in the same fucking neighborhood as we do. You go to the inner cities, there's a lot more aggressive people, a lot more angry people. It's the middle class and the rich class are usually having issues with one another.
Yeah, the Karens now. Now we call them Karens, but what did we call them before?
Nothing.
We just called them angry people.
Yeah,
You know, they were just angry people and they had to make issues about things. Now it's
everything.
a Karen.
Now it's a
And
Karen
it's
and
like,
Kevin.
wow. You know, like, you have to name everything. Man, if my foot goes and attacks somebody, you're gonna fucking name that? I mean, seriously. I just believe that everything, people just need to really open up their eyes.
And the good thing about it is a lot of people they're seeing a lot of bullshit that's happening. This is why Trump is popular in all categories of every information you can find. Everybody, even the independents and everybody's going for Trump because Trump is someone who's showing everybody, hey, this is what you guys want. This is the America you want for another 8 fucking years with Joe Biden. This is the division you want. This is the hate, the crimes, the violence, all the stuff that you want.
So Yahoo?
Yahoo?
I fucking hate Joe Biden.
um,
Pedophile.
Huh?
I said I hate Joe Biden. He's like a fucking pedophile. I hate that guy.
The sniffer.
Old
child
man.
sniffer.
Make a fucking video of him rolling down the hill.
Oh, I got a video for that. All right, let's continue this.
The vibe. Before we continue on, I want to just give everyone an opportunity to answer No, totally fine. To answer Charlie's question, I know you two had already answered. What is a woman? Starting with you, we'll go around the table. Go ahead.
See if they could define it.
Can you skip me?
We'll come back to her.
I'm a woman.
That's the best answer. That's the one that Ketanji Brown Jackson should have given in front of the Senate.
So come back to you? Or?
Yeah, come back to me. Come back to me. Let me
Sure,
brainstorm
okay,
on
go
that.
ahead.
Same. I'm a woman.
What is a woman?
Like, I don't.
What about you? Can I have you tilt your mic down just
Yeah,
a
of
tad?
course.
Perfect. Go ahead.
Right there.
Yeah.
I'm a woman, but I also do think that a woman is someone who identifies as a woman, and that's that.
The disappointment in Charlie.
Theoretically, it's someone who's born with a womb, but this generation obviously has proven that men can turn into women. So I'm not discluding that. I still think that they should be
Disgusting.
perceived as what they're portraying themselves as. But technically, I still think trans girls, they are a version of a man, but they can still be classed as a woman, which is a bit tricky. But yeah.
No, they can't. Sorry.
Also
Born
the same
man,
answer.
you are man.
I think what constitutes as a woman is the energy that you give off and that you want to put out into the world.
Again, energy.
So if being a woman or a female is a mindset, can your age also be a mindset? Can you choose to be, can you just say I feel 14, which is a classifiable mental condition, by the way,
So I will say, yes, I know people that act way younger than they actually are, and they love acting way younger than they
Okay,
actually
but
are. And I know people
can
that
you
like
do what
act
Charlie asked?
way older than they are, and they pride themselves in that. And I think
Okay, fair enough. So if a 35-year-old man claims he's 14, should we have any problem if he wants to have sex with another 14-year-old?
no. I'm not saying
No,
that you should.
Probably should have a problem, I think.
No, I'm not
That-
saying that
Could
they
Wait.
should
have a
be
problem.
able to have sex, but
But
they
who's
can
to say
state
he's not 14?
I feel 14.
Right,
They're
but-
allowed to state that.
Okay.
Grade 1
that's-
Motorsports donated.
Oh,
He made,
people.
he,
We're so frustrated. They just want to hit people.
he made a good point. He made a fucking good point. If men can be women and women can be men, that means anything else that associates with the human being can change too.
Yeah.
I could be a fucking 6-year-old. I'm gonna date a 6-year-old. Pedophilia right off the fucking bat.
And that's what I'm saying is that he's right. Because, I mean, honestly, we can't sit here and say, oh, yeah, I'm 14 again. I can go to high school, middle school or whatever, and date a 14-year-old. Well, motherfucker, you grown-ass woman. You're not no damn 14-year-old. You've long gone past that shit.
Right.
And then that's what frustrating. Really? Now she wants to take that back? Well, honestly, you can't because you just said, yeah, but a 14-year-old, if they want to be 14, they can have 14. Are you stupid? Because you're giving people the right to sit here and attack our children because an adult man or female want to be the age of your child.
Right.
To date them and have sex with them. Yeah, this is why the world is becoming shitty. Because now when people, they're not understanding, hello, I have an autistic son, okay? His mentality, he's 16 years old.
Yeah,
Okay,
he just
his
turned.
he just turned 16. He is 16, okay? But mentally, he is younger than that. Okay? I'm not going to let my 16-year-old date someone younger because his brain is younger.
Yeah.
Okay? It does not work that way. You know, if you have a mental disorder, and let's say you are a 40-year-old woman and you have a mind of a 16-year-old, that does not give a right for that 40-year-old woman
To date a 16-year-old.
to date a 16-year-old because her mentality is a 16-year-old. Does not work that way. Because I'm going to tell you that it doesn't matter if an autistic kid or man or female is mentally younger than their age and date someone as what they're mentally is, age wise. So, I'm getting frustrated because it's just like, what the fuck? Because now then those people that are autistic or have mental disorders can go to prison for something like that when they don't know right from wrong, because being autistic, like my son, he can't define right and wrong. He
Yeah.
doesn't know it's right and wrong. He thinks it's just that's what we all do, and he doesn't see it that way.
He doesn't have the moral compass.
Yes, so like I said, if he's sitting here trying to date someone that's, 5 years old and he thinks of himself as 7, that's okay. It's not okay, But that's what we're saying. This world is coming to is saying it's okay. You have a mental disorder, but it's not mental disorder because you could define yourself as a 14-year-old. No, motherfucker, you have a mental disorder, so you have to, know right from wrong. And the people that are taking care of the people that have mental disorders need to understand that as well. Because it doesn't matter if their brain says they are one thing, you need to help them understand that it's not that way. I'm sorry, this just fucking made me angry. I mean,
and the worst part is that it's always the left, it's always the feminist and the left that always tries to make the argument that pedophilia is okay in some way. They may not say it blatantly, they might not say it out loud, but they always try to make an argument for why it's okay. And it's always the same type of people that do that. It's always the sex workers, and it's always the women who are feminists, because they say, hey, I'm a woman, I won't get in trouble if I have sex with a 13-year-old boy. And sadly, it's the case, because women can have sex with a 13-year-old boy. That boy's not going to say shit because he thinks he's the man.
Yeah.
He's the king. He had sex with an older woman.
But even that too. I mean, the women that are, doing the OnlyFans, you know how many kids can pretend that they are older than what they are?
Yeah.
How do you know that you don't have a underage kid watching you play with yourself?
Right.
But if a guy did that and they would, you're banned, you're done, you're in prison, So my thing is,
it goes back to the equality thing.
Exactly, it goes back to the equality thing. That is why I say, when people that frustrates me. Mental disorder is real, okay? Depression, having all of those mental problems, bipolar, schizophrenia, that shit is real. And that shit is going across the world faster than anybody's ever seen, honestly. And nobody should ever define themselves as, well, I'm 14, I can date a 14-year-old.
Right.
I act 14 and I'm,
If I feel like I'm 14, I could date a 14-year-old.
Honestly, I tell you, everybody, I'm an old soul, okay? But I don't sit here and act like I'm a fucking 60-year-old woman that has a goddamn cane or a walker and saying I have to shit myself because I'm an old woman, I mean, seriously. So when people sit there and say, well, they can sit there and act like they're 14 and because that's what they feel like, no, they can't.
No.
They can't. You're done being a teenager. You're done. You're a grown ass woman now. You're a grown ass man now. Act your damn age. If you have a mental disorder, then the person that needs to be taking care of you needs to be taking care of you.
Exactly.
$200. The man who owns it paid himself 1.3 million. How can the patron?
He's
We'll skip that.
So going back.
But if your identity is an energy or a feeling that can change, why would it be wrong for a 35-year-old to say he's 14? Therefore,
Because he's not.
But then how is someone who has male parts a woman if he's
I
not
feel
a
like
woman.
that's two different
It's
things.
Why?
different because
It's
you
a
can't go
mindset,
back
isn't
in
it?
time.
Your age isn't a mindset. I
Well,
mean, like,
but then why
Neither is
is
gender.
your sex or your gender a mindset and your
Because-
age isn't?
I don't know which one is which. One of you could probably
Well,
say, but
sex-
sex and
Do you
gender
agree?
is
At
different.
least acknowledge that sex and gender are two separate
That-
things.
that's what I was gonna
There are
say.
0 genders, 2 sexes, and infinite personalities.
What?
Okay.
Gender doesn't exist.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Sex does. So the parts you're born with is who
Okay,
you are.
he
How
said
does
it. Charlie
gender
said it right.
not exist?
It's a 1960s clinical term, largely made out of the Academy of John
Clinical?
Money and Alfred Kinsey and
See,
many
this is why reading books is
postmodern
important, people.
child psychiatrists, many of whom, by the way,
Do
were
your
not really great
research.
people,
Yeah.
but we don't have to go into that. But gender is a new term of the last 50 or 60 years. So-
Yeah, but it still exists.
But personalities exist. We can agree with that. Proclivities or interests or likes exist.
So
Do you-
by that definition, then if you're a woman or a man, is your energy. It is your personality.
Well, yeah, the goal, or what used to be the case, is the vast majority, 99.9% of all people, their biology and their reality, or how they viewed their reality, I should say, were in alignment. And now that's not so much the case.
No, it's
So
not.
people are, first of all, there's many elements to this. People are told that they can become something they can't, so they go on a very, very damaging, self-destructive pattern of medical interventions that even if you're pro-trans, you have to acknowledge that, a hysterectomy at age 17 is not exactly an easy.
I'm sorry, guys. I get easily distracted due to my ADHD, but the girl in the back, she was just dancing in her head. You could tell. Sorry, I just had to point that out because it was pretty funny. She was just kind of.
I didn't even notice. I was
She
just
was in
listening
her own
to-
little world, kind of moving her head, and I think she has a song in her head or something, but it was pretty funny. Anyway, sorry, just had to point that out.
But going back to what Charlie was saying about, I was wrong, and I'll admit about the gender thing. I did not know about the gender part. What Charlie said, that it's a recent thing, that it's not something that's been around for thousands of years.
Well, and that's good that, see, like I say, we know when we're wrong, because, we don't do a lot of the research. This is just our opinion. We're talking out of our ass, kind of thing. So,
I don't know what's going on with my cat. What? Don't just lay there. Come here.
she's like dying of this heat.
Are you okay? Huh?
Poor cat.
I know, baby. I'm sorry. We'll go back.
But so in my head is we should. That's why we always do the research, But like I said, do your own research if you have opinions and things like that. Yes, but like I said, we are an Everything Anything podcast. We have our own opinion and talk out of our ass. That's
Pretty
just who
much.
we are, And when we hear something
New.
that is opposite to what we were saying, if we are wrong about it, then yes, we're gonna say, oh shit,
I was
my
wrong.
bad, we were wrong about this. This is the right, obviously with him, Charlie
Kirk.
Kirk, he knows, he's done his research.
Yeah, he
So,
reads a lot
yes,
of fucking books.
we were wrong. He is right always, because I like him. I like how he talks and defines things.
And he reads a lot of books. He's been reading books for a very long time. So when he talks, he's very articulate with his arguments. He's right about the gender thing. That I'll even research it double to understand what he's actually saying. But sex is a normal thing. Like when you go in your applications, when you go online and you type in your applications, it tells you what your sex is. It literally just gives you 2 options, male and female. If this whole transgender thing about what you are, spirit penguin or a fucking donkey or a zoo animal, whatever, there would be so many options on the thing about, your gender or your sex.
Well,
but
they put male, female, prefer not to say, or other.
Right.
And my thing is, if you don't want someone to, it was never like that. It was either male or female, and now they have to make it comfortable for everybody, and it's just so sad because, I'm not, like I said, we're not against people that are gays and lesbians, you know, but the gays and lesbians, they define themselves as what they were born with.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gay, but I'm a male. I'm a lesbian, but I'm a female. But now we have all this other crap that people have to prefer not to say, or other, and it's sad because, you know, why do you have to sit? You really have to. It's so tiresome, isn't it? Tiresome that you would have to sit there and explain what you are all of the fucking time. You know, if they say, well, how do you want to be pronounced? And you have to sit there and say, oh, you could call me Zen, them, girl, whatever, fuck it. Why? When you could just say, my name is. Isn't that why us parents give children their names? And if you don't want to be that name, you know, I know some people that have changed their name legally to something else.
Right.
So it's like, you know, if I want to sit here and identify as a freaking dirt potato, how is the customers or the people around you are going to explain to you, like, what should I call you? Call me a dirt potato.
Well, it's not only that,
mean,
like,
I don't know. People just frustrate me with these.
even with the whole name thing, now they say now the LGBTQ plus subscription crap, literally they call it dead naming when you name them their old name.
Dead naming.
Yeah. So they say, oh, I don't want to be called Emily. I want to be called Mike. And if you call them by Emily, they'll say you're dead naming me.
Yeah, you know, I have a whole bunch of question marks on my head right now, like, because I'm just like, you know, they just, you know, like back then when our freaking computers dialed up.
Yeah.
That's exactly my brain when people talk to me like that. You know, like when people talk to me about this whole transition, and you know, when I hear the LGBTQ people talk and shit, I have the fucking dial up in my head, because it's just like, dude, you're boring. Like, you know, and the other thing, I know it's off topic, but the other thing that irks me the most is when I was a kid, you know, we watched Reading Rainbow, Rainbow Bright, and now they have taken the rainbow into the worst content.
They turn the rainbow gay.
And it's like, why did you have to touch rainbow? Why couldn't you make your own goddamn thing?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like when if a little girl likes rainbow things and magical things, oh, she's gay.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, no. Why can't a child have a rainbow cake? Because it's beautiful colors. No, you already define them as a fucking gay or lesbian or bi or trender, some shit name, and it's like, why? When God put the rainbow up after the flood with Noah, did he goes, I'm gonna put the rainbow for everybody to be fairies? No, motherfucker. He put the rainbow saying and symbolizing that there will never be a flood again.
Right.
Never be a flood again. So now when we see a rainbow after it fucking rains, does that say, oh, look at God's saying we're gay? Motherfucker, no! It's just saying that there's never going to be a flood like that again.
It's basically his promise to us.
Oh my!
There's never going to be a flood.
I know that was off topic, but
no, like
I just got so irritated because when I start thinking of things and it just comes in my head, it's just I can't stop.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's just stop. Just make your own goddamn colors if you want to have a different fucking, you know, whatever you are.
And it's not just a rainbow that they're turning gay. It's everything they're turning gay. All the TV shows are gay. Star Wars is now gay.
Oh, that ticks me off because I'm a big ass Star Wars fan.
Not
like,
anymore.
I haven't watched anything new when it comes to Star Wars, but
they're gay.
You're making our children think it's okay to wake up and just say, hey, I'm a fucking, you know, I'm gay, you know, or I'm a lesbian. with my children, this is what I tell them. You know, they go, well, I have a friend that's gay. Well, I'm telling you right now, they don't know who they are yet. So I tell my children, if you are 18 years old and you don't have an attraction to females, because I have 2 boys, so this is what I'm talking about, my opinion with my boys, is I tell them, when you're 18 years old and you do not find women attractive, and you find the same sex, so a guy, attractive, you can date them if you want them. Because you are old enough to make that decision. But you, as my 15 and 16-year-old, I tell them, you don't know what gay is and you don't know what lesbian is. It's a bigger definition than what people are saying. Oh, gay means, it's a guy and guy. They do butt sex. Lesbians is they do, scissors. But there's a bigger definition when it comes to gays and lesbians. And I have to tell my boys that. Don't sit here and say, oh, I'm gay or I'm a lesbian. It doesn't work that way. You have to know that. You have to know.
Tell me, Mom. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll cut that.
You know what I mean? It's just, I know that, but I'm saying that with our children, they don't know the definition. They don't know the real feelings of being gay or lesbian.
Right.
So when people are, the LGBTQ plus premium is shoving down their, I can't even say what they are, their thing down our children's throats, it's like they don't even know what the hell they are yet. These kids are being kids and they just are enjoying what they are doing. You're only sitting here throwing down, putting Target and having children and babies dressed like they're gay. Really? That just ticks me off. That's what I'm just saying.
And you're right, about that. Like it's all over the news. I mean, it's all over TV where they're having one gay person. They're making the white man evil in every movie or everything. It's always a white man that's evil. They're having the blacks and other races as the good people. There's always one gay. There's always one trans. There's always one this and that. And they're always shoving it down in everything. And it's honestly annoying. Movies have gone down shithole. Yeah. Ever since the DEI, which is, diversity, equity, and whatever, meaning only blacks and shit go in. And then the LGBTQ shoved in there. Movies have gone shit.
Yeah.
There's no such thing of good movies anymore.
No, because there's always something in there that, I mean, I watch a lot of zombie movies, and obviously due to my name, but, the movies before, they didn't show there was a lesbian running with another lesbian with tits and having sex.
Sex, right.
I mean, all of the movies and shows now
are all sexualized.
They're doing stuff together. Our children are watching this. Mind you, TikTok is one of the highest freaking things of social media right now. And everything that you watch, it either has to do with the LGBTQ plus premium shit, or it has to do with races. Guess what? You are making our children that way. You are making our children racist. You are making our children believe that they are gay or lesbian. You guys are.
Yeah.
So it's like, really focus about it, because I'm going to tell you, when you have a child, and let's say you are gays or lesbians or whatever, you have a kid, and that kid goes against you because they don't feel the same way as you do, are you going to hate them? Are you going to discriminate on them because your child don't feel the same way? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you can't be sitting here shoving shit like that in our kids' face, because they honestly don't know the meaning of it. They don't know the real meaning of all that. They don't learn it at school anymore like we used to learn it at school when it comes to racism and how everything occurred and you know, all of that. It's just crazy.
And
I don't
it's
know.
getting worse every single day. So we'll end this on the feminist topic today. Actually, I got a video I want to play out before we end our recording session today, our first actual official episode. I got 2 videos that I would like to play.
You know, and like I said, that's why our marriage uh has gone depleted as well. You
Yeah,
know, with
our divorce is up
our
to
divorce
skyrocket.
is up high. You know, men are getting screwed with, you know, the money situation, child support, alimony, you know, getting half of the women getting half of everything, but the men are getting screwed because the women don't want the men in the lives of the children. And it's just getting worse and worse every single time. Every day it's just getting worse with all of that.
And that's the biggest saddest part too about the whole thing is the fact that men are not losing the love of their lives when it comes to divorce. They're losing their fucking children.
Yeah. And women are not understanding that.
No. And these women think, well, I'm going to get all this money. I'm going to get all this other stuff. Okay, yeah, great. But who's going to take care of your kids?
And who suffers the most?
The kids.
Because they love their dad.
Right.
And yet the women are being selfish and thinking of the money and not understanding that the children are suffering without their fathers, and then the moms play their cards right, and then the kids hate their dads because they think it's all the dad's fault.
Right.
And you know, I know someone that's, you know, going through that too. Like, you know, she divorced him, and now he has to pay child support, and his arrears are almost 70 grand. And yet she's the one that made their children hate him due to the fact of she was the one at fault before.
Yeah.
You know, he was working out of town and out of state, and she cheated on him. You know, she did all of that first, and when he finally said he wanted a divorce because he found out, she twisted it on him, and it made the kids believe that he cheated first, and made the kids believe that he didn't want them, and made the kids believe all of this crap. So now he doesn't get to see the kids. He didn't get to walk his daughter down the aisle. He didn't get to be there when their kids had graduations from high school. Because the kids hate him due to the fact of the mother.
Yeah.
And now, you know, him having to still pay child support, and for like $70,000 of arrears because she lied, you know, and him still trying to fix it.
He'll be dead by the time he pays it off.
Exactly. And so this is what I'm saying, is that women don't understand that the men are suffering and the children are suffering due to the fact that because you want to be selfish with money. I was divorced, okay, due to the fact of, yes, he cheated.
Yeah.
But I had never put my child in between the situation. If he wanted joint custody, I gave it. If he wanted to see his son, I let it. I didn't like the man, but I did what I did for my son. But yet he didn't want nothing to do with my son due to the fact of he had already another girl pregnant and he wanted to live his life.
Yeah.
I let it be. I didn't ask for more money. I still get the same fucking amount of child support since we divorced. I don't get more. I don't get less. I get the same amount due to the fact that, why? Why? My kid's 15. He has, what, 3 more years until he's 18. Child support will stop.
Yep.
I don't care about the money. I wish that he knew his real dad, but he doesn't. And that's fine, because when my son is 18 and he wants to know his real dad and know that whole side of the family, that is going to be on my kid. Period.
Yep.
But being a woman of being mature is rare, because now a lot of women don't give a shit. It's either they want the man to babysit but still want child support, still want this, but yet you want full custody and not give him joint custody because you want that money. Want that money is ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just my opinion with the whole divorce rate, because honestly, like,
And the divorce rate right now, it's literally 80 80-20. Like, women are divorcing at a much faster rate than men are, and men, we don't I don't have kids. I've always wanted kids. Now I don't, especially in this day and age with dating and women, that it would be literally the worst decision to make if I had kids, because she can literally just, she can leave me, cheat on me, whatever, and then she can go to court and says that I'm this and that. She can literally take my home, and I'll be on the streets.
take your home, take your child, take your car.
Take everything that I own. She can literally take it all, because that's how the system is. That's how the court systems is all for women, and they care more about the child. And that's why I don't want to get married. I don't want to get married anymore. And it's sad to think that way, because I've always wanted to have a family. I always wanted to have kids.
Yeah.
Now I just don't. And it's getting worse to the point where men are now waking up. They're going their own way, the MGTOW movement, and they're done. They are done dating. This is why women are complaining on TikTok. Women are complaining on social media, saying that I can't find a good man. I can't find a good man that'll love me and support me, this and that, because men are just done with y'all women. Y'all play games way too much. And the saddest part about it too is that if a man comes up to a girl now and he says, girl, I think you're really beautiful, I think you're gorgeous, can I have your number? She's either going to say something stupid like, I have a boyfriend, when she really doesn't, or no, I'm not interested, or I only like guys that are 6 feet tall, blah blah blah. He says, now men are saying, okay, bye. They're not trying hard anymore. They're not trying to sway you or swoon you. They're completely done. Why? Because men are done playing games. We see what y'all are doing. We see that you guys are playing games more and more, and we're just sick and fucking tired of it. Guys just want to have a good time with a girl that they're interested in, to take them out to dinner. They don't mind fucking paying. Men have been paying since the dawn of time, with old cavemen giving rocks to each other. Men have been doing it for a long time. They don't mind. They just want to have a good time with the girl, to make memorable days where they can finally go further into the relationship, to have a good relationship, to have fun with the lady. It's not like that anymore. Girls only go on dates to have free dinners. They don't go on dates to actually enjoy the company
That, or
with the
to
man.
fuck.
Or to
Because
fuck.
now it's like, you know, Tinder and stuff like that. It's more down to, oh, okay, well, he has money and everything. Let's go to expensive thing and we'll eat and have sex and then we'll just leave. And that's exactly how it is now. It's not where a woman can legitly meet a man in a grocery store and they hit it off. It's not like that no more, because if a man goes and talks to a female at a grocery store, it's harassment now. So it's just like I said, divorce rates have gone so freaking high. Marriages are so less now. Nobody wants to be married anymore, because it's just like, what's the point? And, you
It's
know,
a risk for men, and it's a reward for women.
and like, you know, when I tell my man now, you know, we've been together for 14 years, and I tell him, you know, he has, we have no children together, you know, but if anything ever happened to me and him, he could leave what he could leave with whatever he wants. Money, TV, cars, dogs, it don't matter, because honestly I don't care, because that's all material things, you know, to me, you know. And that's the thing, is being married, it should be a commitment to both. It should have that compatibility for both. Through thick and thin, it don't matter. That is why when you get married, you say through thick and thin, till death do us part, meaning you took that oath. And now it's not even an oath anymore. Nobody takes that seriously anymore. And it's saddened. It's very saddened.
It is, because it desensitizes men to wanting to pursue women, and it makes women less likely want to date the guys that they're actually compatible with. Like, all you see in Brian's podcast or Fresh or Fit, women always says, I'm a 10. I'm a 10. They could be fat like Jabba the fucking Hutt, like what's his name, the Garlic the Destroyer. I'm a 10. That's what he always says. You could be ugly as fucking, say you're a 10. I'm sorry, but you're fucking delusional if you think you're a 10 and you're ugly as fuck.
Exactly.
You are not a 10. No women. The only way you could consider yourself a 10 or even a 9.8 is if you're a model and you're on Vogue, which is the biggest manufacturer of modeling ever.
Well, I mean, not even that. I mean, women, you know, like I'm not a 10, you know, I'm probably like maybe a 6.5, you know, I'm average, you know, but I'm not, I don't sit here and rate myself, and I think women shouldn't rate themselves either, because honestly, you're putting a number to how you really love yourself. You know, I love myself a lot. And I say it as a 10. It's more than a 10. It's like 1,000. That's how much I love myself. My looks, you know, it's whatever. I don't sit here and try to please anybody. That's just not who I am. You know, you're going to see me wear my Halloween leggings and my Halloween shirt every fucking time. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to please anybody. Who am I pleasing? My man gets to see the real me in our bedroom. Period. That's who I need to please.
Yeah.
Not people out here in the world.
But that's not how girls think. Sadly, they think that just because they put a little makeup and they wear skimpy ass outfits that they're a 10 and they can get any man. Yes. See, women can get a man to have sex, but you cannot retain a man to be married.
Yeah.
That's something women just do not understand. I'm not talking about all y'all women, okay? I know there's a lot of good, decent, understanding, compassionate, feminine women out there. I know that because I've talked to some. I know some at work. I know some around where we live. But it's the women that live in major cities like Florida, Miami, Las Vegas. It's women that live in these most expensive cities that have this delusional outtake in their lives, thinking that they're better than every man, that they're a 10 and they only deserve the top 20% of men. These top 20% of men don't give a shit about y'all ladies. They just want to fuck y'all and move on. The ones that actually want to marry you and give you a good life is literally the blue collar workers out there, the 80% of men that you ignore that actually want to love you and care for you, marry you, and give you a good life.
Exactly.
But women just don't care anymore. They are narcissistic. They're overinflated egos, overinflated wealth, and they just don't give a shit about the common man anymore.
Exactly.
So what do you think men are doing? They're not dating.
Yeah, they're not pursuing the situations
They're
anymore.
Not. And I've been in a couple of situations where I've tried to want to, look for a girl and be in a relationship with someone. I even asked a girl for her number. They gave me the bullshit line, I'm not interested, or I'm not in, I have a boyfriend or whatever. Do I know if they had you or don't? No. But that's just my sign that I don't fucking care anymore.
Yeah.
I get rejected once. That's it. I'm not going to play their bullshit and try to continue pursuing them.
Exactly.
I'm just not. But that's literally where marriage and divorce is at. This is where feminism is at, and this is how MGTOW is now. That men are just going their own way. Feminism is just getting worse and worse and worse. It's sad. It really is.
Exactly.
So we're going to play 2 videos today, music videos. One is from Steven Crowder, which I love Steven Crowder. They're really good at making fucking videos and stuff. So this one makes me laugh every time I watch it. Give props to Steven Crowder. They're so fucking funny.
The American president is doomed. A little old man can barely move. If he moves too quick, he'll topple just like a domino. He's got that
Don't even know how he did that.
smile and thinks he just might win the bet, but he's just hanging on, dangling like Hunt a cigarette. Hunter types with the hookah pipe say, walk like a Joe Biden.
Oh my god.
No one there, Biden. No one there.
And when he boards Air Force One, he spins around and he hits the floor. He's got the moves. He hits the deck, then he hits some more. All the Dems are so sick of Joe, they really would like to see him end. He shit his pants when he went to the Vatican.
Which he really
All the
did.
kids in the DNC say,
What's going on, man? like a fucking zombie, man.
Kind of reminds me of Mr. Burns from fucking The Simpsons.
Don't pull them back. Life's hard, you know. When entering in the Cadillac, if you wanna know where it stops, it ends in dementia and the cops. They sing and dance. When finding the confidential docs, then they arrest all his men while Putin laughs in the Kremlin. And the Chinese know he's owned by them and Ukrainians. All the cops in the DOJ say.
Oh my god, I hate his face.
Walk like a Joe Biden.
Fucking love it.
Walk like a Joe Biden.
Why you have to come so close?
I don't know.
Don't run.
Okay, so give props to Steven Crowder. With Louder Crowder, you can watch them on Rumble and stuff. I love them. They're funny as hell. I watch them every single day.
That's great. I love that video.
They're amazing. So go check them out, guys. I'll put the links and stuff down below so you guys can check out Steven Crowder and stuff like that. And the next video we're gonna watch was a music video that I wanted to show you. Trying to remember what the fuck it was. It's just brain farts. Okay, I'm having brain farts. Oh, that's right.
He found it.
Yes, I found it.
He had to go through his brain and find what he was looking for. That's gonna be in my head now. Thank you. Thank you, Malice. Walk like a Joe Biden. I'm gonna try to do that right now. Try to go down the stairs. You're gonna fucking go outside and you see me on the floor trying to get up.
Fucking camera.
Yeah, that pizza incident, that was some bullshit right there.
The what?
The damn Little Caesars pizza.
Oh. That's the funniest shit ever.
Freaking fat ass holding a pizza broke the stairs. That's the way my life works. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Boost your revenue and drive growth with Google Ads.
Oh my
Reach
God, I hate
high-value
ads.
customers across
Google
the
tries
entire
to make
Google
you
network.
pay for ads. This is Trevor from the Whitest Kids You Ever Know. They used to be the most offensive stuff you can ever find on television until they got canceled. But this shit makes me laugh.
Met a pretty young girl and made her my bride. After church on Sundays, took the kids for a ride down the street. Swimming holes, catching fireflies in jars.
Like a normal American.
Like a normal American family.
Spend the evening staring at the stars. Then the gays got married, and the plant shut down, and the crops dried up everywhere around. And then the gays started kissing, and the state said cool, and they made all the kids be gay in school, 'cause some gays got married. They announced it on TV, jumped in my truck and slammed reverse. I had to get to my family before the gay could get there first. Hauling ass down the interstate, in my throat I could feel my heart.
It's like zombies.
Didn't know how much time I had before all the orgies would start. And they're grabbing guys like me, and they're pulling us out of our trucks. And they're kissing our lips and nibbling our ears and all sorts of sexy
It's like
stuff.
zombie, yeah.
It's like zombies, man.
Out to fancy hotels and partying the night away. And they're saying how good we look in their shirt when we wake up the next day. No, I dare not look back to see what's behind. They almost got me once when I was surfing online. And as strong and straight as cause I know I am. Every man can be pushed too far. I seen the devil and the devil looks like Mario Lopez in jean shorts washing his car. I pulled up into my house and I quickly ran inside. I grabbed my lovely spouse, but I felt no love when I looked in her eyes. The gay had gone airborne and I didn't make it in time. My family unit had already been undermined because the gays got married.
Gay spores.
And released gay spores. And all the straight people weren't in love no more because the gays got married. Been in this bunker 3 long years, canned food and recycled air.
It's like a post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, I know, right?
When I think about what must be happening up there. A radioactive scorched desert scape.
I told you,
Roving
freaking.
biker gangs with scary tattoos and muscly arms, blue eyes and super cute bangs. So I'll seal myself off from everyone and hide here until I die. Confused and angry, sad and alone, and I know the reason why. Cause the gays got married. The gays got married. The gays got married. The gays got married.
Is that's soy sauce?
The gays got married.
He's gonna die of a fucking heart attack.
All the fucking sodium.
Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this song. The reason why is not because I'm trying to attack gays or anything. Like I said, I don't care what your sexual preferences or what you want. You know, I just thought it was a funny fucking song. You know, this came out, I think, when in let me find out when it actually came out. I think it was the same 9 years ago. So that was the time during Obama when he started talking about gay marriage is accepted.
Yeah.
So this song came out. But yeah, I just
That was great. Love it.
hope you guys will enjoy that. All right, well, so Monday is going to be episode 2. We're going to be talking about something a little bit interesting, something newer, something that's not political this time. Well, it kind of is in a certain degree.
Yeah.
But it's about a certain somebody that came out with their latest album. I'm not gonna get into it.
Yeah, don't say nothing because it's a surprise. But you know what? I with this person, incredible, you know, biggest fan in the world like I am.
Yeah.
So hopefully that you guys will enjoy that when it comes out. You know, and like we said, we love to hear your comments, and we love to hear what you have to say and your opinions on things that we spoke about today. You know, don't be afraid to, you know, put your 2 cents in or put your opinions in, either if it's hate comments against me and Malice. We're okay with it. Like I said, we take criticism very like it's nothing to us, you know. It does not hurt our feelings. We like to hear other people's opinions.
Right. If we think you're funny or you say something that's fucking hilarious, yeah, we're definitely gonna post you so everybody can see your comment. Because we just genuinely find it funny when people start attacking because they, first of all, like I said from episode 0, that if you're literally taking the time to watch our video from all the way from the beginning to the very end and you say something negative, you're the idiot for wasting your time watching the video.
And we love it.
And
Just
we love
be
it.
the idiot and
It just
watch
gives
the
us
video.
it just gives us the views, so we love it. But those who are genuine people that actually enjoy our scruffed up, funny ass podcast, which there is going to be a lot of. It's slowly getting there. You know, I'm still trying to get used to the podcast. Streaming is one thing. Me streaming video games is one thing because everything's already set the way I wanted to. Doing a podcast, there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of things I have to adjust and all that stuff. So it's a little bit different than gaming.
And
so
you know what? We're still getting used to being comfortable talking to you guys. Like I said, with me, I'm a very talkative person, and I have a lot of things to say, but I don't say a lot of things yet because I'm still not comfortable. I'm still learning how
to address it.
to adjust to everything. But yes, please, follow, like, share, make it go viral. We want um comments. We like to hear from you.
Yeah, just tell us about
we
your
are
experiences.
we are not here to get donations. We are not here to get items and gifts and things like that. We are doing it for our entertainment because we like to talk and we have a lot to say, and we thought that we would share that with you.
And and yes, and yeah, we are not demanding that you guys have to like send money and shit. Like I don't even have anything set up for that yet. Anyways, even if I do, we're still not gonna beg for you guys to fucking donate and pitch in and all this other stuff because we're not there yet. We're not gonna ask you,
Yeah,
oh, I need you guys to do this and that. The only time we will actually ask you guys to donate is if we know that you guys are willing enough and in actually enjoying our videos, because it shows that you guys are interested in knowing more, making us make it really does help. As a streamer, I know it does help a lot to help out the people that you really enjoy watching and stuff like that. And trust me, we are not the type of people that, oh my god, you have to give us money. Blah, blah, blah. We're not like that. No.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. If we ever get to that point where I have everything set up for donations or bits or whatever it is you want to call them, I'm never going to expect you guys to donate, to pitch in, to do anything like that whatsoever. We are going to allow you to do that yourselves from the bottom of your hearts for whatever you feel that you want to send us. We
I
don't
think
care either way.
personally, you just following and sharing
And liking
our videos
is more than
is
enough.
more than enough for us.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, we will have, I'm a big, animal person, and like I said, I have 5 dogs. So, mostly, we want you guys to enjoy what you hear
Right. Exactly.
and enjoy, our videos and things like that.
And I have a
For
cat.
your entertainment, not just for money. And I know a lot of, YouTubers and things like that, always say at the end, if you would like to donate, because that's just not who we are. Come on, we live poor, so money is not what we care about. So hopefully you enjoy this stream and or podcast. I'm sorry. He got me into the stream situation. No, I hope that you enjoy our Everything and Anything podcast. I am Zombie Mom.
I'm Malicy. We will see you guys Monday for the next big topic that we're going to be talking about. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video as long as the upcoming ones. Like I said, it is seasonal. This is the first season we're going to put it out. The second season is going to be a little bit more fun and interesting. We already talked with Zombie Mom here about our plans for the next season, which is
Yes.
going to be a little bit more entertaining for you guys. To us, it's going to be more funny.
Probably won't get a lot said due to the fact we'll be laughing, but
a lot. Yes.
hopefully we will get some things in there that you guys would enjoy. But like I said, let's just you know and I just hope that we could hear from you guys, and I just hope that you guys are liking and enjoying what we have to say in our opinions and talking out of our own ass.
Pretty much is what we're doing. Also, the last thing I will say is I will be putting out our YouTube channel, the Rumble channel, and the TikTok
Yes,
account.
we have a TikTok account now. Yes.
Yes. So I'm just going to say this. I am in charge of getting the podcast and the editing ready for YouTube and Rumble. Zombie Mom's more of the TikTok master because I don't have a TikTok. I only created one for this podcast. That's it.
I have my own TikTok personally, so I have to adjust that. Because that would be posted um and like I said, my personal life is my personal life.
Same here.
As well as Malice. Um, you know, we do this podcast for the fact of we always have a lot to say and we always talk about it, just me and Malice. And, we thought about, hey, maybe we should do something like a podcast because we have always something to say, with opinions, with funny, quotes or things like that. So this is why we started our podcast, because we thought that it'd be interesting to share with you all. And, like I said, hope you enjoy it, hope you like it. Um, it's going to get better as time goes by. It's just, like I said, we are still learning every aspect of it because, you know, he's a computer savvy and I'm just kind of like the phone in, person. But hopefully we can make it better and make it interesting for you all.
Exactly. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful and great weekend. I can't wait to see you guys on Monday when we actually do put episode 2 out there. It will probably be sometime during the next week. So just prepare for that video to come out. But it's gonna be one hell of a topic for us.
Well, he's big.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen him since when he first started. So,
Yep.
I just hope that you guys will enjoy it as well as us talking about it. So I'm glad you guys came to listen, and see you Monday.
I'll see you guys Monday. Love you guys and have a great rest of the week.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.